Family, what's up? How you doing tonight? I figured we have a nightcap. It's been a while since we had a nightcap. So I wanted to come on for the viewers who can't watch the show. If you're out there and you're like, oh my God, is there crazy news breaking? No, I'll save you the drama. But chill with me as we talk about recruiting, some life, and enjoy our time tonight. But you know I am live. Like if somebody goes live and if somebody commits, I'm gonna be live. But I'm gonna save you the drama. And the recruits are going to come. Just be patient. But usually the way that I look at it is I have, you know, a wide variety of subscribers. And a lot of people can make my morning show, but I definitely do want to have more night shows. And so I'm here. So let's kick it. Let's chill. You guys good? If you're old enough to drink responsibly, have yourself a cold one, chill. It's summertime. Let me know you're watching from inside the comment box because I definitely want to give some nightcap shout outs. And it's been a while. Some people can't watch a show in the morning. So I'm going to come on at night, all right? Man of the people, just like you, honestly. I'm just chilling. Just a little bit ago, I was at Jack Brown's. Who has been to Jack Brown's? All right? And if you saw the show earlier today, or if you had it on the rewatch, there's not a lot of earth-shattering stuff. We're going to go over the recruiting. But just chill. Don't rush anything. Don't rush your life. Because you know what? Your life goes by, right? Don't get in that mindset out there to be like, oh, I can't wait till next Friday. To next month. And I'm gonna tell you what, on my evening shows, there might be a little bit. I might have a little bit more. It might be more of an adult show. Look, I'm telling you, if you start thinking next week, the week after, your life will fly right by. So stay in the moment, stay present. All right. So the summer rain, look, the summer rain is here. And what this means is this is Courtney Morgan's slogan for Alabama football recruiting, right? This is their pitch. Last year was the cold summer. This year it's a summer rain. Hopefully it rains recruits but stops raining because in the month of May, it rained over like almost 20 inches in the state of Alabama. And if you like to get outside and you like to play golf like me, golf is hard enough. You don't want to have to golf in the rain. So summer rain, love it for recruiting. I would imagine at some point in June, you start to get the commitments that come in. But at this point in time, it's kind of a wait and see. And one of the things that I'd like you to think about as we go forward within the show, all right? And let me know where you're watching from because we're going to do some nightcap shout outs in just a minute. But think about this. Stop the music. You think I have like some fancy producer? I don't. It's literally, I have a button. Think about this, all right? Are we at a point right now in recruiting? Honestly, I'm not talking shit. I'm asking you a legitimate question. No BS aside. This is an adult show. Like, it's not made for kids. But I have to ask you a question, honestly. Is the reason that these commits haven't committed at this point in time because of money? I'm serious. I'm probably going to be the only guy who asked that type of a question, right? Because I don't work for the university. I'm not paid from University of Alabama. I can say whatever the hell I want to say, period. And I love that. But I think it's like, is it money? Seriously. Because I've read all the recruiting articles today. I've read all of it. Alabama was amazing. I had the best time. I can see myself there. It's the best place. They have every single thing you need. Well, then commit. Then commit. Commit. If this is the place that you can see yourself at, then commit. Right? Why not Alabama? I think it's just, and look, we're pay for play. So the recruits that came in to visit Alabama earlier, they are going to wait to see what type of offers. So they're going to take Alabama. This is what Alabama's offering me. Look, this is what Alabama's offering me right here. Can you beat this? Can you beat it? Can you beat it? And I think that's what's happening. Honestly. So if you're out there and you're like, why hasn't people, committed? And look, Alabama's not broke. You think all these guys are coming back because they're bought in? Yeah, they're bought in, but they also have new Lambos and new char. Like the guys are getting paid an incredible amount. That's another reason why they're staying here. Don't get it twisted. Like, yeah, they're bought in 100%, and they want to win national championships, but it's a lot easier to come back when you got more cheddar in the table. That's just how it is. And nobody's mad about that because everybody's getting paid. The athletes, you are not watching your college football Saturday. I'm going to tell you how it is. And if you get pissed, you can go somewhere else. There's 5 million other YouTube channels. But look, you are not, let me ask you an honest question. Are you going to the games on Saturday to watch Kalen DeBoer coach, or are you going to watch Ryan Williams play? Ryan Williams needs to be making more money than Kalen DeBoer. There, I said it. The players do, because you're going to watch the players, not the coach. Sorry, that's it. This was huge. This is gigantic. All right? This is gigantic. So Malachi Lee, this is the guy I've been telling you about. Everybody's talking about him right now, and rightfully so. Okay? He was re-offered back by Alabama, an incredible move. Clearly the coaches, Coach Kapilovic and Courtney Morgan, they have done a hell of a job recruiting. If this guy gets away, if this guy goes to Michigan, you know that it is because the back end story with Portnoy, right, and Barstool that they figured out to get. That's how they got Bryce Underwood. They said he got with the billionaire from Amazon, right, and they were able to get Bryce Underwood. That's how they got him. So I think that if Malachi Lee goes to Michigan, it'll be because he got paid more. But the amazing thing about this particular story right here is that these fine people right here who I've seen and are genuinely amazing people, this is Tua Tagovailoa's mom and dad. They are helping recruit in the recruiting process. Isn't that amazing? Like, so families coming in from the Big Island, everybody's family in Hawaii, but they're helping recruit. This was just recently. It looked like I photoshopped the back end to make it look like it was Sky, but they were in a restaurant. It looked like to me that they're at 5, which would mean that Tua's parents drove in from, I guess, Birmingham to eat and break bread. Where do you think Malachi Lee ends up? Type A for Alabama, type N for Michigan. Or post a money bag inside the comment box. And if you're out there and you're thinking, oh, it's not about money. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're not going to be like, oh, this place is going to pay me, $20 million over 4. And this other program is going to, pay me 12. Alabama is not broke. I'm telling you. They have probably, I think they might have, top 5 money, maybe top 3 money right now. See? I'm starting to feel, I don't make predictions. I'm not one of those guys. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing. But I have learned to read the room, right? Read the tea leaves. And it seems like it's getting pretty hot and pretty serious with Malachi Lee. So keep your heads on a swivel. Follow all the recruiting experts who know every single thing in the entire world, right? Follow those guys as we get further down the road. But this one's going to be a hell of a land if you get that. Steven, so you're going to watch, Steven, and number one, dude, if you disagree with me, that's totally cool. But, Steven, are you going to see Coach Kalen DeBoer coach, or are you going to see Ryan Williams play? Serious. Dude, the players are making so much money, dude, because they're not coming to school. Nobody talks about grades anymore. Nobody talks about education anymore. That's not it. It's pros. You're in the pros. So guess what? And that's the thing. And people are going to get uncomfortable, but you're not going to have fan sites tell you the truth. So listen to this, all right? When the players are now playing and they're playing like shit, we're going to call them out because they're pros, bro. They're pros. Everybody wants to walk on eggshells about it. No, yeah. Are they kids? Sure, some of them are. But man, these people are making so much more money than you. They're pros. Dr. Chris, what's up, bro? Let's see what you got to say, man. Kids are doing the same thing with other teams too. Here's what LSU offered. Can you beat that? I've lost some of my heart. Dude, this is it. It's pros, bro. And this is the world that we live in, and this is the sport that we're going to have to change and adapt if we want to continue to love college football, and that's just it. So pay me right now. And these players are getting, I mean, think about it. Think about how much Keelan Russell, how many yards has Keelan Russell thrown for? That's your trivia question. $5 million already. $5 million. That's it. That's the going rate for a quarterback of that level. Period. All right, new offer out on the table. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Thank you so much. Owen Cabell, 6'3", 195 pounds. He's a 3-star. Look, he's out of Nashville. I don't get caught up in these, like, the star rankings. Some people are like, oh, he's not a 5-star. He's not good. Come on. It's too hard to tell how good these guys are going to be until they get here, till they get within the program. So if you see this out there and you're like, oh, they're recruiting a 3-star, don't get in that space. 6'3", 195 pounds. So, I mean, this is just new. This was out today. Owen Cabell. Anyone in Nashville seen him play? I didn't even had a chance to look at his highlights. But don't get caught up in the 3 stars. Trivia, who is a 3-star that absolutely balled out of their mind here at Alabama? Trivia, who is a 3-star that absolutely balled here at Alabama? I'm not changing the slide until you guys answer. There's a 3-star. Just name him. You know who I'm talking about. Who's a 3-star that completely balled out of this world? I'm not changing the slide until you guys get the trivia question. We'll be here all night. I got nowhere else to be. Bruce Save Jazz. It's Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs with 3-star out of Oklahoma. Case, what's up, bro? Case says this, man, with the super chat. Grass isn't always greener. Saban said it best. You can pay millions for a roster that doesn't do shit for you if you're not playing the right players. 100%. We've learned this. And how many times? And unfortunately, you don't learn about grass is greener until you've really gone through that as a person. Raise your hand inside the comment box if you're man enough or woman enough to admit that you've learned the hard way that the grass isn't greener on the other side. In any type of situation in life. I personally have. It sucks. It sucks, man. Yeah, Bruce. Josh Jacobs was homeless. Najee Harris was homeless for a minute. Yeah. But getting back to the whole grass is greener, look, and that's the thing right now with college football, man. People start bailing out when they're not played, when they haven't developed. And the more times you bounce out and you don't work through things, the less and less that we hear of you when you go somewhere else. That's just the truth. We hear about the players that stay and get developed. See, we have some grown-ups inside the comment box that have learned the hard way. If you're out there that you're a young cat, yo, just because something isn't going well for you right now you got to make decisions for yourself. But if you think something else is better, or if you know, the worst thing that you can have is entitlement. Don't have entitlement. You're not owed anything. Nobody owes you anything in this world. Not health, not wealth, not happiness. You are owed 0. I wish that more people wouldn't bounce out in the transfer portal. I just want, you know, I kind of miss the developmental days, but here we are. All right, Matt Ponatowski, you guys talking about quarterbacks. I don't know. Let me ask you right now inside the comment box, if you're like a recruiting guru and you have your eyes and everything focused on recruiting quarterbacks right now. You know, Alabama only has 3 quarterbacks on its roster. Jet Thamala was here for unofficial. Jet Thamala is right here, right? The Iowa State commitment. But Matt Ponatowski has also been offered by the University of Alabama. Do you think that Alabama somehow flips Jet Thamala, or do you think it's a little bit further out for a quarterback? Is there any other quarterback out there that you think Alabama should target? Matt Ponatowski, very well credentialed quarterback going out to the Elite 11 I just saw, 6'2", 190 pounds, out of the state of Ohio. You know, and the thing is, and, you know, we've been talking recruiting lately. I don't talk recruiting on the regular because, unfortunately, like for this kid right here, Matt Ponatowski, brilliant quarterback. Go watch his highlights. Same thing with Jet. This guy, you should see this kid play other sports. Like a baller. This dude on the basketball court, baller. I mean, 6'5", he could throw it down nasty, okay? The thing that these guys are going to encounter now in high school, they're going against the transfer portal. So who's to say that we get to some point in time, and that's the thing about the transfer portal, is you can go and get somebody who is further along developed out of the transfer portal, right? Because it's no more like stay here and work your way up. That's why you got to get Keelan Russell. I'm going to be the only ones probably to say this, but Keelan Russell is not going to wait around for a sunny day to play. You got to get him playing. He's going to be a cornerstone piece here. And somebody got mad when I brought this up the other day, but it's the truth. If you're looking at Alabama right now, if you're Matt Ponatowski, or if you're Jet Thamala and you're looking at Alabama's quarterback room, you're like, huh, am I better than Keelan Russell? Am I better than Austin Mack? Yeah, I think so. Okay, then you come out here and you compete. But you're talking about Keelan Russell, man. Keelan Russell is going to be here for I would imagine a while once he gets the reins as the quarterback. That's your franchise quarterback. You have a couple franchise players right now. Ryan Williams is one of them. Keelan Russell's another one. Owen Campbell's a wide receiver. I think he might be predicted to commit to Alabama at some point in time. I didn't even know about him till today. So this would be a 3-star wide receiver. And specifically the quarterback position, I think if you really need a guy to step in and play, you go to the transfer portal. Larry Large, what's up, bro? All right, so we had a hat raffle for the morning crew. It's coming into the night crew. We'll spin the pinwheel tomorrow. But if you want to get in, and if you didn't get an opportunity to get in the raffle, if you're new to the raffle on the PM shows, basically they work like this. For the hats, it's $5. You can get in 3 times, right? Bama_YouTube or Cash App Bama YouTube. We send the hat out to you after you send me your shipping information. Portion of this goes back to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen. We've already made 2 distributions to the Soup Kitchen, all right? So if you want to get into the raffle, Cash App Bama YouTube, Bama_YouTube. KG's about to do some adult stuff. Dude, you do you, brother. Just enjoy your life, man. I think so many times we're caught up and we're not enjoying the present, and it bothers me, man, because life is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, life's a gift. And you know what? And the thing is like, you know, I've been going back to the Soup Kitchen, you know, a little bit to give back, and that's something that I want to do at this phase of my life. That's something that I want to do more of. It's hard, you know. I've been open with you guys. So on the evening shows, I'll probably be a little bit more transparent with you guys and just kind of real life Kyle with you guys. Because I'm just like you. If you guys are cool with that. Is that cool with you guys? So if you want to get in the raffle, you know what to do. Here's your quarterback room at this point in time. And this is like I was saying, if you're a quarterback, you got to be looking at the quarterbacks that you have on the roster. I know I would be. If I'm going to be a quarterback, I'm looking at the room. Let's do some nightcap shout outs real quick. I want to see who's I'm gonna take attendance on the evening show. And sometimes I do free raffles, usually on Fridays. All right, Bruce, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Case, my boy out in Florida. iMob, what's up, man? Brady G, Chris from New Jersey making the nightcap. That's what's up. Susan Thomas, good evening to you. Roll Tide, Joshua Ray, good to see you. Bryant Blackman, what's up, man? Twin, what's up, bro? Caitlin the Boss making a double dip. Good to see you, man. Kyle, recognized Kyle. Coming to us from Colorado. Where at in Colorado, Kyle? I love me some Colorado. Buck, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Robert Bradley Jr., dude. I don't know why, but I love this name so much. Josh Johnson. All right, F12, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Steven Burton, man. Love to see you, dude. Good evening, man. Steven Burton says, come on down to Paradise and beat me at some golf. Let's do it, bro. All right, Grayson, what's up, dog? The champ. What's up, man? Joshua Ray up in here. See, that's the thing. People are like, why you do the shout outs? Dude, these are my people, dog. Dr. Chris, and then with the super chat earlier, thank you so much one more time, dude. King Riz, good morning. Good morning. Good evening. Case, I appreciate it. Dollar, what's up, man? All right, Nicole, Kimberly, I think I see you. Is Kimberly in here too? Yes, Kimberly. Army 3275. Troy. Yeah, Alex, what's up, dog? Littleton. Dude, that's what's up. All right. Dude, I love me some Colorado, bro. I haven't been to Colorado in some time. The only thing that makes me mad about Colorado, all right? I know these might be fighting words, but I'm going to stand my ground on this right here. You think that you have green chili. And, okay, you might. But you don't have, like, the green chili in New Mexico is so far superior than Colorado green chili. Like, I will die on that mountain, bro. So, I don't know if you even eat green chili, bro. But, like, New Mexico has green chili. And if you don't, like, if you haven't been in New Mexico and you haven't had green chili, it's completely different than anything else that you've had in your life, all right? Raise your hand inside the comment box if you've had something authentic from New Mexico. Bruce, what's up, man? It's good to see you, man. Is Free Mike up? Free Mike was in here earlier today. All right, the rest of this recruiting right now is powered by one of our small sponsors, which is Sonic. Man, dude, this is so great. I've never had a sponsor. I think we've had like a couple, right? But in West Memphis, Arkansas, and Marion, Arkansas, where the I-55 and I-40 meet. So next time you're driving through the great state of Arkansas, stop off and get yourself a ocean water and a chili cheese coney, and tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. Kyle says, I give you that on green chili. All right. But I do love my green chili. Okay, that's cool, man. Just so we're good on that, dude, because I saw someone was talking about that. They were saying like Colorado had green chili, better green chili. And I was like, what? And you know what, Steven, you're right, bro. The burgers at Sonic are very underrated. What is the Sonic Red Bull? I've never had that. The Sonic Red Bull? What's your favorite drink at Sonic, real quick? Yo, so my favorite drink for the morning people, they know this, but is cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I don't know why I like it. I don't even know how I got introduced to it, but I like it. Yo, and you know what? I'm like a healthy dude, but I love a chili cheese coney. I do. So sue me. All right, so I'll run through this. If you guys saw this early in the morning, we'll just run through it one more time. We'll continue to move forward. There's another huge weekend of recruiting coming up in Tuscaloosa. We'll drop the names, as we go forward this week. Young C, good to see you, bro. He loves cherry Pepsi's, your go-to. Alex Wilder loves green apple Dr. Pepper. What is that? I never heard that. All right, so Booby Feaster, I love this photo. I talked about it. He's posted up with Ryan Williams, Keelan Russell, and Jamarcus Shepard. All right, Keelan, Ryan Williams just makes me smile. And this photo was tight too. It went hard. Ryan Williams basically giving the crown to Booby Feaster, like. And we talked about this earlier. Did anybody see John Gruden and Ryan Williams together? They need their own show. Who would have thought that John Gruden, Chucky, right, throughout his career was going through life, and that one day he would meet Ryan Williams, and that those two personalities would be what we needed? You see how, life is wild. One of the best parts of when he scored that touchdown against Georgia was that he hit them with the Dirty Bird. Dirty Bird being Georgia? Like, the thought process of that, did he come up with that as he was scoring that touchdown? Fromm is saying, yo, let's see what Fromm has to say. This is Jet Washington. This dude is a monster. I would love for this dude to commit. If you get Bowie Feaster and you get Jet Washington and you get Xavier Crowell and I don't know what Sedarian Morgan would do, but damn, that class would be just fire. From what's up, bro? Yo, Kyle, best college career, Johnny Manziel or Doug Flutie? Man, I think I'm gonna have to say Johnny Manziel. Type J for Johnny, type D for Doug, and the reason I say Johnny is because I watched the documentary on Netflix. All right, I get Flutie Flakes and I get who he is. The guy talk about mentality, but Johnny Manziel also had a mentality, bro, and he built Texas A&M. Like, they estimated in that. Who else saw the documentary on him? The house that Johnny built. It's estimated that he was $1 billion to Texas A&M. He literally, I still think that he rebuilt because of who he was. I think that he rebuilt that stadium. If anybody's been to Kyle Field, I've been there one time. It's crazy. That dude went hard, man. Some guys have it, and Johnny Manziel is one of those cats. Now, the off the field stuff and some of the other things that he did. But man, when that guy was at his prime and when he was balling out, he came here to Tuscaloosa, right? That was before my time here, but he came over here and did work. And I think at that point in time, what was Alabama #1? Yeah, some guys ball out like that. That's just how it is. But I go with Johnny Manziel. Now, speaking of Jet Washington, this is a legit 5-star out of Bishop Gorman, all right? Bishop Gorman, same school, Derek Meadows. The guys were just recently out in Nevada getting in some work. At least the wide receivers were. I'm sure they were hooking up with Jet and, getting in his ear about coming over to Alabama to be somebody great. 6'4", 6'5", another long, rangy corner that we could see fitting in really, really nicely here. He said today, there's some articles if you want to go to On3 24/7. They both have interviews with him, but, to kind of high point it, he said, I can envision myself at Alabama. Now, he's going to take his visits, and he should. King Grizz points out he's the nephew of Kobe Bryant, so you obviously know, he's got a little bit of Kobe from that mindset. But this guy, this guy would. You want to break the internet? Have this guy commit. I'm telling you, people go crazy. Now, I would imagine Oregon, I think Ohio State, right? Hey, Christian, what's up, bro? Good to see you on this fine Monday night, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's well. I hope that you are well, dude. So. But yeah, we'll I mean, yeah. I mean, Chad points out. Could you imagine if you got 2 Jets in the same class? That'd be wild, right? Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. From you're going back to your Flutie debate. I ain't watching enough Flutie to, I kind of just went from the hip on that. But I know who he is. I mean, so I don't know. How are you guys feeling about Jet? Are you guys feeling like on a scale? I mean, is it too early to do the whole scale thing for Jet? Are you guys feeling good about him? Do you think that Alabama ends up getting Jet, or is it too early in the recruiting process? I think it still might be a little bit too early. Chad, does he have a commitment date? Isn't it like early July? I think it might. I want to say it's July 2nd. Hey, good to see you up in the comment box, Josh Johnson. 5 Adam, what's up, man? Miss Careless, what's up? Good to see you tonight. Kimberly's feeling good about Jet Washington. Man, I'm telling you, they would be monumental. I mean, you know what? Look, I know there wasn't, a commitment yet from this past weekend. Yo, this guy's damn good. You'll like him, man. But while it wasn't a weekend of commits, I don't think it was necessarily a weekend to get commits. I think it was a weekend to kind of set the tone for what's to come. And I'm not saying that just to gas you up. And I think there's people out there right now that are maybe frustrated that Alabama didn't get a commit. But I don't think it was designed to get all your commits right at that point in time. You had a bunch of officials, for sure. But the bar is going to be set really, really high for these guys going forward, right? We spoke about Malachi Lee earlier, the 6'7", 310-pound tackle out of Hawaii. His whole family came out. Even Tua Tagovailoa's family is helping in the recruiting process. Love to see it. This would be nice. You know what? Somebody inside the comment box said this too. They were like, I don't like that the players are holding trophies, right? They were like, they shouldn't touch one until they win one. I kind of see it like this. I see that you have to manifest things in your life, right? And I think that maybe they're doing that. Like, come over here and we can touch it. We can see it. They always say, if you want a house, go drive by that house, right? You got to write down your goals on paper. You got to. You have to. I saw there's a study. Look it up. That when you manifest things, you take steps forward in that process. So don't get mad at the kids holding trophies. Says the guy want a trophy yet? No. But you got to be able to manifest it, right? I know, but people were mad. I was like, why? They were mad about something else too. What were they mad about? Was it something about, oh, God bless. They were mad about Keelan Russell dancing on stage when he graduated. Because I cruised the comment box and they were mad. And I was like, why? This dude is up here. He's happy. The young man just graduated high school. He's back with his friends, with his family. He's a millionaire. He's worked to get that point. He has the God-given talent, right? Man, just be happy and just let people be. They were like that's I don't know what they were saying. Whatever. Nolan Wilson, some of these defensive linemen that they had here is super important to get. I think that look, you're going to be able to get your tackles. You can even go to the transfer portal for a tackle. I don't know why. It seems like defensive linemen are do you agree with me? The defensive lineman is the hardest position to recruit for high quality defensive linemen. If you get a great defensive lineman, pay him whatever you have to do to keep quality defensive linemen. And like I said earlier, Mississippi has some amazing high school football talent. Don't sleep on the state of Mississippi. Over the last couple years, they have produced plenty of high caliber talent. This young man's one of them. Nolan Wilson. Probably SEC battle, of course, right? You got a 4-star edge, Kevin Ford out of Texas. Man, but having defense, yes, I'm telling you, man, 5 Adam, you agree with me, bro. That defensive line is, you know, you're going to get your edge rushers, your corners, you're going to get them, your tackles, you know, you get a quarterback. Defensive lineman, man, tough to recruit. Titan Davis making Freddie Roach look like he's 5'10" or something like that. Yo, Freddie Roach is a big human being. Kyle out in Littleton. You got Deacon Schmidt, the #1 player in Colorado, who was up here, right? Another tackle, 6'7". I don't know where Alabama is on his radar, but I'm sure. Look, and you know this, if you've lived in the West, okay, and you haven't grown up around SEC football, I didn't. I mean, I didn't. I didn't go to my first SEC football game until I was, 35? Until I moved here. And I'm from New Mexico. I've said that. You know, I've lived in all over. I've lived in a bunch of different places. New Mexico, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Alexandria, Virginia, Pella, Iowa, now Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Point is, yo, if you're from Colorado and you're, you know, you gone to a game at like Boulder, which I'm sure was cool this past year because of what Prime was doing. It's not like Tuscaloosa on a Saturday. It's not like Athens, Georgia. It's not like Baton Rouge, yo. Like, the SEC is crazy. You come here, you know, it's sleepy right now. You could zip around the city. The students are gone. Come back for a Saturday. Come back for a game over here, man. This place is blow your mind. Bryson Cooley, another tackle out of Mississippi. See what I'm saying? Xavier Tilley out of Georgia, 4-star tight end. I don't know if who else is a favorite here. But these are just some of the guys over here. I mean, it was a really heavy weekend for recruiting, setting a good stage up for this next weekend as well. One of the final things I'll hit on talking recruiting here is this made me laugh so hard. Whoever came up with this to pair these two together is a genius. I'm probably Courtney Morgan, I guess. Hey, Derek Meadows, go take a picture with Kenny Darby. This is Kenny Darby here on the right. This is not a coach for Alabama. This is a player. This is a true freshman. This is what true freshmen look like at Alabama, by the way. This story is hilarious. So Kenny Darby, where is Kenny Darby? Where is he committed to? Where is Kenny Darby committed to? He's committed to LSU. Where was Derek Meadows committed to? He's committed to LSU, and then he signed with Alabama on signing day. You see what I'm saying? So putting these two together, I don't know. Does this mean, like, is this a sign of, like, what's to come? I know Alabama would certainly take Kenny Darby with open arms, right? I just thought whoever came up with that was raw. Today's raffle, if you want to jump in the raffle, we'll spin the pinwheel tomorrow. Bama_YouTube, Cash App Bama YouTube, $5 to get in, 3 chances. We spin the pinwheel. We'll spin it on Tuesday. We do hats, we do gear. If you want to support the players, go to Athletes Thread, and that's where you can get some of the camo gear that we've shown. This hat is from Team Fanatics. I really only use Team Fanatics and Athletes Thread for the raffles. So, and you know what? When you're in Tuscaloosa, you can go like to the student store and they have a bunch of different stuff. But you know where it has a huge variety of Alabama gear is Dick's Sporting Goods. It Most of it is pretty expensive, but what isn't these days, right? All right. So I'm gonna tell you a story. All right, story time. So if you guys want to dip out, if you have other things to do, I'm just gonna open up the floor. We're gonna talk some life right now. Okay, a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, this is real life stuff. So two things. So number one, I've said that I can't brag on a lot of things about myself in life. Just a normal dude trying to get by like everybody else. All right, I've had my ups, I've had my downs. Went through a lot over the last 2 years, whatever, same stuff. That's life. But, I guess in this next chapter of my life, I definitely wanted to start contributing more to like my city, right? My city's Tuscaloosa now. And, I've been going back to the soup kitchen. We've been making some jobs. We've been helping out. I think we've helped out over like 250 meals within the last 2 months. Small, but it's something, right? Never quantum leaps, small steps. So just by the grace of God, I was linked up with the director who runs the Tuscaloosa Juvenile Detention Center. And I was like, you know what? I'm really big into mentorship. So I'm going to go over there this week. And, I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't know kind of what to anticipate. I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want expectations to be too high. But I think if there's one thing that I could brag on myself about, that's about being a good dad. I'm a good dad. I'm a present dad every single day. And, maybe I can just be there to listen. Because when I pray, if you're a parent out there, the two things that I pray for are patience and wisdom. All right. So those are the things that I pray for. So, man, keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I go over there, so I know this will be a learning experience for me. I've never gone, to the juvenile detention center, but I'm gonna go there and just maybe I could say something to somebody and it might help somebody out. I don't know. But on top of that, and this is real life, all right? So you guys know I have a son. He's gonna be a junior here in Tuscaloosa. And he texted me, if we could talk. So I said, yeah, man. I said, let's talk, man. Of course, bro. Of course. And he's decided to step away from high school football. It was a very difficult decision for him, right? And we wrapped, and I was there to listen to him, and I told him, because I'll see you tomorrow, Kyle. Take it easy, bro. But I told him that I was really proud of him for making a decision, right? Because I think sometimes in life, when we don't make a decision, that stress kind of weighs on us. So, look, I've never just looked at having a son to like play high school football. Do I love Friday Night Lights? Of course. But I love who he is more as a person. And you take steps forward, you got to make decisions. You see what I'm saying? You have to make grown decisions. You have to make decisions on yourself. I ain't going to make decisions for him. So those are the things that we talk about. And I'm so proud of him. In fact, I got his report card today. He didn't have one B the entire year of high school. He won multiple awards for academics. And this is a dude that is built for football. He's 210 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But I love who that dude is. And being a father is my biggest blessing that I've ever received in this life. So if you're a parent out there, whether you have a beautiful family, if you're a single parent, love your kids, be present for them, listen to them, love every single minute. Because you know what? And the thing that I've learned too is the fact that, man, life is fleeting, right? Like time with your kids is fleeting. It's crazy how fast time goes by when you're a parent. That's, but, so if you're out there, my civilian salute to you to take care of, your kids out there. But, I want to come on and have some Monday shows, and I want to kick it with you, and I want to showcase my personality a little bit more, because I feel like sometimes we have like the Monday show and that's it, you know. And I've had a lot of evening shows in the past, but I like to come on here even if it's like a late show with Kyle, and you guys can call in. We can talk some football, we can talk life, and we can just kind of break bread together, because look, I like kicking it with you guys, you know, and this is what I do for a living. So I like being here. And, you know, I like to play golf, and, you know, I like to but you guys see, I don't know if you guys know how funny I am. That's one of the things that makes me upset, because you don't know how funny I am. I'm like the funniest cat. And if you play golf, let's play golf. You want to play golf with me? I'll play golf with you. I might embarrass you, but I'll play golf with you. So I told these dudes I play golf. I was in a tournament this past weekend, a 2-day tournament. I'm not kidding you. The first day I played, it's like I played so poor on Saturday. It was like this. I swear to God, if you woke up and you like forgot how to tie your shoes, I'm serious. It was like that. I couldn't. It was like you forgot to tie it. I played so terrible. Okay, so I came back on day 2. It was a 2-day tournament. And I told the guys, you know, that I was playing with, I was like, yo, you guys want to hit a bet? I was like, just straight up 20. And they were like, hell yeah, dude, we'll take your money. I was on fire. It was like I was a completely different human being. So. Oh, man, but I love you. And I really appreciate you guys kicking it with me. So. Dude, it was golf, man. I'm serious, dude. If it wasn't, and it came down to, because I play often, right? But my irons were pulling to the left. It was my ball placement. I was basically pushing up the ball too much in my stance. It was a simple fix, bro. It was the weirdest thing, but that's golf. And that's life. Hey, I love you, fam. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I love you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for kicking with me. Even in the summertime, it's June, and we're still talking Alabama football, because this is a place where we got stuff to talk about, right? Like, no disrespect to other programs out there, but can you imagine if we're like covering Missouri or Kentucky? I'm just telling the truth. I'm serious. All right, man. I love you guys. You guys kick it. You guys be good people. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this fine June 2nd, 2025. Kyle.